After the jungle, the coast hits different. A few days ago, I was alone on a broken road. Funny how hardship changes what comfort feels like. The jungle took a price. The coast gives something back. I rolled out of Bha Lê the way I came in, slow, watching everything. The stilt houses, the hotel behind me, people stepping out shouting bye as I passed. Not because they had to, but because that's who they are. It wasn't some dramatic goodbye, just real, human, simple. The kind of moment you don't get in cities. People actually acknowledging you. And then you hit that bridge. That narrow, crooked thing waiting at the edge of the village. One slip, one bad angle, and you're going straight into the river. That's balance out here. Kindness on one side, danger on the other. And you ride between the two, hoping you keep upright. Once you leave a place like that, the world gets quiet again. Just you, the engine, and whatever the road decides to give you. QL14 first, wide enough to breathe a little. Then DT606, thinner, rougher, cutting through villages where life moves slower than you ever will. Out here, the days aren't divided by hours, only by the texture of the road. Smooth, broken, smooth again. The kind of rhythm that keeps you honest. And somewhere ahead, if you stay upright long enough, the coast awaits. A long line of blue stretching south for days. Different air, different people, different problems. I'll follow it all the way down, wherever it takes me. But for now it's simple. Keep moving, keep watching, and let the story show up when it's ready. The road reminds you where you are. Broken pieces, sudden holes, the kind of surface that waits for one mistake. And then, out of nowhere, a bridge. Old, narrow, sitting over the river like it's testing your nerve. You breathe. You trust the line in front of you, and you roll across. On the other side, more chaos. The jungle doesn't let go easily. But then the air shifts. Warmer, wider. The first hint of coast isn't far. Da Nang hits you with a different kind of energy. Big, bright, alive. A reminder that the world doesn't always have to be hard. After days of mud and mystery, even small comfort feels earned. A real bed, 4 walls, a place to rest. Sometimes that's all you need. Up the mountain, the world slows again. Monkeys climbing the wires, playful, curious, like they've seen 1,000 riders before me.
Your friend?
Yeah. No.
He's all our friends. Oh my god, he has a little food bowl.
At the temple, there's a pig. A man gives it water when he notices me. Another sits nearby, watching it with a patience I don't see often anymore. Nothing staged, nothing performed, just life happening out in the open. South of Da Nang, the road stops pretending to be anything grand. It's fields first, wide open, quiet, the kind of place where the air feels older than the towns ahead. Then a village appears. The pace drops. Life gets close again. And then you're out of it, back into the fields again. Back into that steady drift where the bike almost rides itself. Somewhere along the way, I almost took a wrong road. One of those no motorbikes allowed lanes that look perfect from the distance, smooth and empty, until a sign quietly tells you you don't belong there. So you turn around. No drama, just a reminder. Out here, the wrong road often looks like the right one. After a couple of villages, the long straightaways return. Wide, empty, stretching clean toward whatever's next. Then the mountains show up on the horizon. Slow at first, then all at once. The road rising, bending, shifting under you. Nothing complicated, nothing spectacular, just motion through places where people live their whole lives, and you're passing by for a few minutes. Out of nowhere, the world opens up and you're riding on a strip of new tarmac. Not a highway, not even a proper road. Just blocks of pavement drop straight through the mountains. It's rough, bumpy enough to shake mirrors loose. Each slab a different height. But it's spectacular. On your left and right, the hills rise up like they're trying to fold back over you. Just the sound of your engine and the mountains listening. Late in the day, the coast finally shows itself. Not the city, not yet. Just a line of light where the sea meets the sky. I stop for a minute, take a picture. Not because it's the best sunset I've ever seen, but because after hours of riding, it feels like a promise. A few more bends, a few more miles, and whatever waits in the dark, you'll deal with it when you get there. By the time I reach Khoi Nan, the sun is long gone. At night, it feels like its own ecosystem. Traffic moves in these shifting patterns, like a school of fish gliding through warm air and neon light. Everyone adjusting, drifting, finding space. No road rage, no one trying to prove anything. You read the room, feel the rhythm, and move how the city moves. There's no winning here, only keeping your place in the flow. And if you're smart, you don't battle the buses on this stretch. You give them room. Let them slide past and stay in the flow where everything just works. It's chaotic, sure, but there's a kind of grace to it. After a long day of empty roads, it feels strangely comforting to disappear into the movement of a city again. The last time I came through Khoi Nan, I stayed at a little resort tucked away from everything. Not abandoned, just quiet. Almost forgotten by the world in the best way. Beautiful, well kept, the kind of place where time slows down. A room, a sunrise, a pool to yourself. Space to be alone with your thoughts and know where you need to be except right here. This year, Khoi Nan was different. No long arrival sequence, no grand moment, just a night, a bed, and the road calling my name in the morning. I didn't linger. Sometimes the camera just stays in the bag, and life just happens without it. A few turns out of the city, and I stumbled into a pool cafe. Quiet, unexpected, one of those places that only exists for people who get lost just right. A quick break, a cool swim, and I was back on the move. The road to Nha Trang got messy. The map stopped making sense, and the signs didn't help. So I followed the feeling, straight through a construction site that didn't look like a road at all. The workers waved me on, but not with any certainty, just, you can try. I picked a direction and hoped for the best. A few bumps, a little gravel, more bumps, more gravel, and some workers blowing dust. Then suddenly, it opened up. Like the road was saying, yeah, you guessed right. A small reward for trusting your gut out here. The construction site was the right choice. It opened up into this beautiful coastal road, like nothing I'd ever seen before, almost empty. Up in the mountains, I fell into this strange rhythm with a fisherman. For an hour or two, we kept passing each other. Me pulling ahead, him catching up. Two strangers keeping time on the same road. No words, no plan, just a little game between two people who understand each other and how to fill the distance. Eventually we had this little rolling chat, just a few words over engines and wind. Then he reached into his bag and offered me some oysters with a smile. I thanked him, smiled back, and he rode off into the distance. A new friend, an old friend, someone I shared only a few minutes with, but will remember forever. After he disappeared down the road, the mountains softened out, the curve straightened, and the world went flat again. That last stretch before Nha Trang feels like someone exhaled. Fields, salt air drifting in from somewhere you can't see yet. The sense that the coast is close, but not yours just yet. It's the quiet before another city, another ending, another beginning. I'd been to Nha Trang before, but right before we arrived, the day had one more turn for us. Josh's bike had given up, just died on the edge of the city.
That's broken.
And then, Long showed up.
Okay.
No hesitation, no questions. Just a guy who saw two strangers on the side of the road and decided to help because it was his problem now.
Wow. Oh my god, thank you so much.
He rode all the way back home, grabbed his tools, came back, and got Josh's bike rolling again.
That's another amazing thing about Vietnam. 9 times out of 10, if you're on the side of the road, within 5 minutes somebody will stop. Like, more often than not. It's cool because when you run out of gas, what they'll do is they'll, like someone you don't even know, they'll stop on the side of the road and you put your bike in neutral or the automatic scooter or whatever, and they put their foot out and they drive you into a gas station.
Then he showed me how to push him into the city. Step by step, patient, calm, like he'd done it 100 times before. He pointed us towards the repair shop, refused money, and even gave me a light from my bike before waving us off.
I go Khoi Nan. Yeah, Khoi Nan.
We're still friends on Facebook. It's the kind of kindness you don't earn. You just receive and remember. Nha Trang this year was simple, a place to slow down after the road. I met up with my buddies Josh and Kyle, old friends, and for a couple days, I just decompressed. No schedule, no rush. I trained a little, took some pictures. We hung out, went for dinner, and spent time by the pool, letting the hours drift the way they only do when you finally stop moving. I let the engine cool. I let myself cool. Nothing dramatic, nothing big, just a few quiet days to breathe again. Somewhere along the way, I learned. I need to take selfies. I need to take snapshots of food. The simple proof that you were here and that you felt something. Back then, I was just living in the moment. In the next episode, I head south to one of my favorite places, Nhơn. Then things get strange. A wrong turn, a rubber forest, and a night camping beside a garbage dump. Saigon gives me a tent and a breather. The coast gives me a way back north. From Ayon Pa, the Trong Song Nong begins.